Welcome into Drew's Daily Diamond for Tuesday, May 14th, 2024. I am Drew Martin breaking down the full Tuesday slate of games. We got one day game and a bunch of night games to get into, guys. So let me know in the comments where you agree, where you disagree, what your MLB picks are for today. And any questions you have, fire away in the comments below. We got first game up here, day action, 1:10 Eastern in Citi Field, New York. We get Jose Butto going for the New York Mets up against the Philadelphia Phillies, and Aaron Nola as the slated starter. Phillies commanded a -125 road favorite, price tag 7 in the hook being the total. Jose Butto going for the Mets here. His last time out, 5 innings pitched, 3 earned, 3 walks, and just 3 strikeouts against the St. Louis Cardinals. Now he's having to take a big step up in class against this Phillies lineup, one of the best lineups really across baseball. Any way you slice it almost. Overall versus righties, they've been smashing everybody. And they're up against Aaron Nola here, talking about the Mets offense. 3.6 ERA, 47-15 strikeout to walk ratio for the former LSU Tiger, GOAT Tigers. The Mets overall have not been playing that great of baseball really over the last week or two, and under 500 at home. And we've talked about it before on the show, guys. This Phillies offense is one of the best, but really the Phillies team overall, I mean, 20-5 their last 25 games. They've been really good on the road as well. So road warriors here, I think they get it in the day action, and we'll go with the Phillies -125 to start us off. Next game up, we'll head to the Motor City, 6:40 Eastern time. It's the Miami Marlins and the Detroit Tigers. Ryan Weathers, the lefty, going for the Marlins. Reese Olson for the Tigers. Detroit -175 home favorites, 8 in the hook being the total in Comerica. Weathers, his last 2 starts for the Fish were up against the Dodgers and the Oakland A's. It might not sound like too much, the A's, but actually, if you go back the last 2 weeks, these are the 2 hottest lineups in all of baseball by team OPS. And he went 12 innings, just giving up 10 hits, 8-1 strikeout to walk ratio combined. So considering those lineups are so hot, I actually think he pitched pretty decently. And when you watch him throw, he's changing speeds well. He's right around the plate. I think it's kind of a step down in terms of talent level of the opposing bats against this Tigers offense. So I think he's going to have a good start here. And Reese Olson for the Tigers, he's a guy that throws, 95, 96 miles per hour, solid numbers overall, but he is just 0-4 on the season and 15 walks in 39 innings. Detroit not playing that great of baseball after that hot start, just 2-7 their last 9. And the Marlins offense has actually woken up. They're top half of MLB. They've gotten better. I mean, it's tough to get worse than the way that they started off the season, but they do have some talent in this lineup, and they've been a lot better against righties. Bullpen looks to be a wash here. So we get the Marlins near +160 heading into the overnight. So risk 100 to win 157. We'll jump on the Fish here as the big underdog, +157 on the Miami Marlins in our second game. Going from Detroit to Atlanta for our next matchup, 7:20 Eastern start. It's the Cubs at the Braves. Jameson Taillon and Chris Sale going at it. So a good pitching matchup here. Braves commanding a heavy price tag, -190 as the home favorite, 7 in the hook being the total in Cobb County. Cubs overall, I mean, they've had a heck of a season. One of the more surprising teams, in my opinion. They're up, 6 units on the season, and they have been really good on the road. Jameson Taillon, their starting pitcher, no more than 1 earned run in any start year to date. Now, he was on the IL, but since coming back, I mean, he's been really solid, really consistent, and just a 1.1 ERA overall. Up against Chris Sale, this is a tough matchup. Chris Sale, one of the better pitchers really in baseball. 5-1 is his record, just under a 3 ERA with 52 strikeouts. The market loves that. A high strikeout guy throwing hard from the left side. And you see it here in this price tag. It is about betting teams, but it's more about betting numbers here, guys. And I think that this number is too high, near -$2 on the Braves. And this lineup, you go back a couple weeks here, it's not the same lineup we saw earlier in the season. Bottom 10 in terms of team OPS over the last, since May started. And the Chicago Cubs lineup, second best team OPS in all of baseball against Southpaws. They're getting one here. I actually like the Cubs, guys. Maybe a little bit surprising to some, but plus 169 heading into the overnights. We'll jump on the Cubbies. List Jamison Taillon as the starter. Risk 100 to win 169. That's the Cubs, plus 169 in the ATL. Next game up, we'll go to the New York Yankees and the Minnesota Twins. We get Carlos Rodon and Chris Paddock going out at the starting pitching matchup. 8 in the hook being the total. It's the Yanks, minus 130, road favorites. They've been playing good baseball, winning 7 of their last 9, 27-15 on the season. And Rodon, the former NC State Wolfpack pitcher, decent numbers, 3.5 ERA, 43-14 strikeout to walk ratio. 2 starts ago, he was up against Baltimore, a pretty good lineup in my opinion. He did give up 6 earned runs in just 4 innings. So up against another really good lineup here, at least top 10 by team OPS in the Minnesota Twins, I think he might struggle a little bit. And Chris Paddock, we actually bet against him in the video last week, but we took the loss. And in learning from the losses, he looked pretty good. He's more of like an all or nothing guy, kind of like a wild man up there on the hill, but just 1 earned run in each of his last 2 starts combined. And he's got a really good changeup when that's working with the fastball. He's a tough guy to hit here. So going up against this Yankees lineup, that's not bad by any means. I mean, you look at the numbers, this Bronx Bombers team is living up to the nickname. But I just think this number is a little bit off. I mean, we can catch the Minnesota Twins, who've been great, 24-16 on the season, 17-3 their last 20 games. I mean, this is the hottest team in baseball over the last 20. Remember, they had that 12-game win streak. Well, they've kept it going to some degree here. We'll try to ride that. Plus 115 with the home underdog. That's the Minnesota Twins over the New York Yankees. Next one up here, guys, we got the Washington Nationals and the Chicago White Sox heading to the south side, 7:40 Eastern, 6:40 local time. It's Mitchell Parker going for the Washington Nationals and Eric Fetty going for the White Sox. Pick 'em price tag, minus 105 on each side. Just pick the winner. 8 in the hook being the total. White Sox pitcher Eric Fetty, former first rounder in 2014 out of UNLV, the former running Rebel, 3 ERA on the season. His last time out, 6 innings, 0 earned runs against the Cleveland Guardians. But 2 starts ago, 4 innings, 5 earned runs against the Cardinals with 5 walks. So which Eric Fetty are we going to get? Kind of a toss-up here. Mitchell Parker, his last time out against the O's, 5.2 innings, 2 earned runs, 5 hits. So a pretty solid performance there. But going from the Baltimore Orioles to the Chicago White Sox, big step down in class. I think he's going to have a decent start. He's 2-1 with a 2.6 ERA on the season. And we get this Washington Nationals team, guys. They've been our golden goose here on the show, catching big plus prices and cashing on them. They've been a lot better against righties, top half of the league. They're a lineup that's, contact, getting on base, and then a lot of speed on the base pass. Hey, just a pick 'em price tag against the White Sox that are not one of the better teams in baseball, and that's putting it nicely. Probably power ratings bottom 3, and a huge bullpen advantage here towards the Nationals. By my numbers, a top 10 bullpen. That's over the last month and a half, and the Chicago White Sox bottom 5 in MLB. So pick 'em price tag. It's the Nats minus 105 on the south side. Next game up, we got the Oakland A's and the Houston Astros. 8:10 Eastern start. JP Sears, the southpaw, going for the A's. Ronaldo Blanco going for the Astros. Stros commanding a minus 200. So laying $2 here on the Astros at home. Total of 8 in this one. We get the Oakland A's, 19-23 on the season. And Sears on the hill, 3-2. 45 innings, 4.2 ERA. Decent numbers overall. Houston just hasn't been the same team that a lot of people thought going into the season, as years from like comparable to years past. And they're only 7-12 at home. So for whatever reason in Minute Maid, they have not been playing very good baseball. They're down double digits units on the season. And Blanco, their starting pitcher, if you remember, he went out his first 2 starts and blanked his opponents, even a no-hitter in his first one. He is 4-0 on the season. He had 4 walks his last time out. I don't like betting on pitchers that, are having a little bit of control issues, and he has 20 walks on the season. So going up against this A's lineup, which very surprisingly to me, doing the research on this one over the last 2 weeks in the month of May here, they are the hottest lineup in baseball. That's the Oakland A's. Who would have thought that? I don't know. They got a bullpen advantage as well. So we'll ride the better bullpen here, and the hottest lineup in baseball if you go by the month of May in terms of team OPS. So it's the Oakland A's, JP Sears on the hill, plus 175, guys. Risk 100 to win 175 on the kickback. So let's go with the A's in Houston. Next one up, we'll head to the West Coast. First off, do want to give a shout out to everybody that commented on the show yesterday. It was cool to see all the comments and smashing that like button. It does help me out. And if you're interested in premium picks, check them out. WagerTalk.com, experts page, Drew Martin. We got last game here, guys, on the West Coast, state of California. A little California matchup with the LA Dodgers and the San Francisco Giants. Gavin Stone versus Wynn and the Giants. Dodgers, I mean, one of the best teams in baseball, top to bottom of the lineup. And the Giants, 4 games under 500 heading in. Stone on the hill, 1 earned run in each of his last 3 starts, and he's gone 6+ in all 3 of them. Actually, in 2 of them, he went 7+. I like this kid on the hill. And Wynn on the other side, I think it's a huge starting pitching edge towards the Dodgers because Wynn, he almost has a 6 ERA on the season. 12 earned runs in his last 4 innings pitched. That's the last 2 starts. He's only completed 4 innings and given up 12 earned runs. So he's all over the place. That was against the Rockies and the Phillies. Now, granted, the Phillies is a really good lineup, but he's going up against another very good, very talented lineup in the Dodgers. Number 1 lineup overall from year to date, number 1 against righties, and the number 1 bullpen in Major League Baseball. So all of that, it's going to put us on the Dodgers. Guys, I'm doing this heading into the overnights here, so I don't see a lineup yet, but when it pops up, it will be the Dodgers on the run line to end it. Smash that like button, guys. That does it for the Tuesday show, Drew's Daily Diamond, going daily on the WagerTalk YouTube channel. Feel free to comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Cash those tickets.